Good evening, students. In data interpretation part 1, we have discussed about tables and we have also discussed about pie charts. And in this session, we are going to discuss about bar graphs and also line graphs. Okay, so let us start with bar graphs. Now, go through this data carefully. If in the year 1998, the boxes were exported at the same rate per box as that in 1997, what would be the value of exports in 1998? Now, first let us check out what is the data given. Here, quantity in lakh boxes and value in crores of rupees. For example, in 1995, how many boxes were exported? Look at this, 100. 100, it is coming to 100. So 100 means 100 lakh boxes. 100 lakh boxes. So this many boxes were exported in the year 1995 because it is clearly given 100 year, 100. Okay. Then what is the value of those 100 lakh boxes? It is given as 150. And value is in crores of rupees. It is clearly given value in crores of rupees. So number of boxes exported, 100 lakh boxes. And what is the value in rupees? 150 crore rupees. Rupees 150 crores. So this is how we have to read the data. For example, in 1996, 75 lakh boxes were exported. And what is the value in crores? Value in crores is 150 crores. You can see here 150 crores. So this is the data given. Okay. Now let us go through the question. What is this question? If the price of each box in 1998, if the price of each box in 1998 is same as that in 1997, then what will be the value of exports in 1998? That is the question. So if price in 1998 is equal to price in 1997, then what will be the value of exports in 1998? That is the question. So to answer this question, first we have to find out what is the price of the box in 1997. So I write price of the box in 1997. Price of each box. When I write price, it means price of each box. Price of each box in 1997. Okay. Now what is the value? Total value? Total value is 330 crores. So 330 crores, 330 into 10 power 7. Because it is clearly given value is in crores of rupees. So if you just write 330, you will get the calculations wrong. So the total value of exports is 330 crores. That means 330 into crores means 10 power 7. Then what is the number of boxes exported? Number of boxes exported in 1997, 150. So 150 means 150 lakhs. So 150 into 10 power 5. Then what happens? This is 2.151 times and this is 2.2 times and this is 100. So rupees 220. So the value of each box, value means price. The price of each box in 1997 is 220 rupees. Okay, I write here if you want, I write here 1997. The price of each box in 1997 is 220 rupees. And how did we get this 220? Total value of the boxes divided by number of boxes. Total value of the boxes is 330 crores. Divided by number of boxes. Number of boxes is 150 lakhs. Then you will get the price of each box, which is 220. Now, suppose if same 220 rupees is charged in the year 1998, if the same price is charged in the year 1998, then what is the value of exports in 1998? That is the question. So value in 1998, I write here. value in 1998. Price of each box is 220. Price of each box is 220. And totally how many boxes were exported? Totally how many boxes were exported in 1998? It is given as 160. See here, 160. 160. 160 means 160 lakhs. So 160 lakhs means into 160 into 10 power 5. Okay, so 220 rupees into 160 lakh boxes. So into 160 into 10 power 5. So 220 into 160 is how much? 220 into 160. 160 0 0. 162 times 320, 32 carry. Then 320, 352. 352 into 10 power 5. Then I can write this as 352 into 10 power 7. 352 into 10 power 7. So 35,200 into 10 power 5. I can write as 352 into 10 power 7. Now 352 into 10 power 7 is nothing but 352 crores. When we get 10 power 7, that only means this is crores, 352 crores. So I can take the answer as 352 crores. Okay? So if the price in 1998 is same as the price in 1997, then the total value of the exports in the year 1998 is 352 crores. Okay? Now, let us go to the next question. Okay, same thing is repeated here. What is the difference between boxes exported in the year 1996 and 1997? So what is the difference in the number of boxes exported in the year 96 and 97? That is the question. Now, in the year 1996, how many boxes were exported? 75. You can see here 75. Okay? Then in year, I write here if you want, here 1996, 75 lakh boxes. 75 lakh boxes. And in the year 1997, in the year 1997, how many boxes? 150. 150. Okay. In the year 1997, 150 lakhs. So what is the difference in the number of boxes exported in the year 96 and 97? What is the difference between these 2 years? You can clearly see the difference is 75 lakhs boxes. And do we have 75 lakh boxes in the option? No. Here it is 50 lakhs, here it is 25 lakhs, here it is 100 lakhs, and here it is none of these. So we have to go for none of this because we know the difference in the number of boxes exported is 75 lakhs. Difference between 75 and 150 is 75 lakhs. Okay, the next question. In which year was the value per aluminium box minimum? So in which year value per box minimum? Okay, now here we are not asked to find the exact value. We are only asked to find in which year it is minimum, but not the exact value. So we can do the calculations much easily here. And don't do the calculations for all the years. Do the calculations only for those years which are given in the options. So what is the first option? 1996. So not what in 1996, what is the value per box? 150 divided by 75. 150 divided by 75. No need to write into 2 power, in the numerator into 10 power 7 and in the denominator into 10 power 5. We need not write because we are not asked to find the exact value. We are only asked to find in which year it is minimum. So we have to give the year, not the value. So I directly take 150 by 75. This is first option. Then second option, 1998. 1998. So 1998, what is the value per box? 400 divided by 160. So 400 divided by 160. Now 150 by 75 is exactly 2. And 400 divided by 160 is more than 2. It is more than 2. That means this cannot be minimum. Then third option, that means second option is eliminated. Third option, 1999. 1999, it is 500 by 200. 500 by 200. 500 by 200, this is also more than 2. 500 by 200 is more than 2. So this also cannot be minimum because already we got 2 here. So this is more than 2. So this cannot be the minimum. So third option is also eliminated. Fourth option, 1995. So what is the value per box in 1995? 150 divided by 150 divided by 100. 150 divided by 100. Okay, how do you find the value per box? Total value divided by number of boxes. Total value divided by number of boxes. Okay, 150 by 100. Here we are not taking into 10 power 7 in the numerator. Not taking into 10 power 5 in the denominator. Because we are not asked to find the exact value. We are only asked to find in which year it is minimum. So I am just going for approximation. Now I told you 90% of the time we go for approximation. Now 150 divided by 100 is less than 2, 1.5. So this is 2 and this is 1.5. That means this is not the minimum. So in which year value per box is minimum? It is minimum in the last option. And what is the last option? Last option is 1995. So the answer is D. Okay, now in this problem, had you spent time to find the exact value of each box, it is all no use. It's all waste of time. That is what I told you. Okay, you should not do precise calculations. Okay, you should take maximum use of the options given. Right, the next question. What is the difference in lakhs between the boxes exported in the years 1997 and 1998? Okay, in 1997, how many boxes were exported? 150. 150. And in 1998? In 1998, it is 160. 160. So what is the difference? Difference is 10. So in 1997, 150 lakh boxes were exported. In 1998, 160 lakh boxes were exported. So what is the difference? 10 means 10 lakh boxes because this data is in lakh boxes. So when the difference is 10, it doesn't mean 10 boxes. The difference is 10 lakh boxes. So 10 lakh boxes. Here, what is the difference in lakhs? So the answer is a C. Don't take B as the answer. Don't take B as the answer. Okay? Because we are asked to give the answer in lakhs. Lakhs. See here, what is the difference? If he asks us just difference, okay, if he doesn't mention the word lakhs, if he just asks the difference, then our answer will be B. Because we have to write the complete figure. But it is clearly given to give the answer in lakhs. That means 10 lakhs. So I just write 10. Because we are asked to give the answer in lakhs. So answer is C. Okay, now the next one. What was the approximate percentage increase in export value from the years 1995 to 1999? So if you compare the value of 1999 exports with the value of 1995 exports, what is the percentage increase in the value of exports? That is the question. So if you compare these 2 years, 1995 and 1999, what is the percentage increase in the value of exports? That's the question. Okay. Now in 1995, what is the value of exports? 1995, you can see here. 1995, 150. So 150. Then in 1999, what is the value of exports? 500. 500. So in 1995, the value of exports were 150. In 1999, the value of exports were 500. So what is the percentage increase? You know the formula for increase percentage, difference by smaller number into 100. So difference is 350, smaller number is 150 into 100. So 53 times, 52 times, then 700 by 3. 700 by 3 means 233.33%. So increase percentage in exports value. Increase percentage in exports value is 233.33%. 350 into 2, 700. 700 by 3 is how much? 233.33%. Okay. Now, we don't have 233.3. We have 333.3, but we don't have 233.3. So we go for none of this. Okay. Right. Now, the next question. What was the percentage drop in export quantity from the year 1995 to 1996? So, what is the percentage drop? Drop is nothing but decrease. So, what is the decrease percentage in exports from 1995 to 1996? Okay. So, exports means not value. What was the percentage drop in export quantity? It is clearly mentioned. Export quantity, that means what is the percentage decrease in the number of boxes exported from 1995 to 1996. Okay. So in 1995, how many boxes were exported in 1995? How many boxes were exported in 1995? You can see 100. 100. 100 means 100 lakhs. Okay, but no need to take lakhs because we are finding the answer in percentage. And when we find the answer in percentage, whether you take lakhs or you directly take the numericals given, it doesn't make any difference. So in 1995, exports were 100. And in 1996, exports were how many? 75. You can see here 75. So what is the decrease percentage? You know the formula for decrease percentage. Difference by larger number into 100. So difference is 25. Larger number is 100 into 100, 25%. Then I can say the percentage decrease in exports from 1995 to 1996 is 25%. So I can take choice B as the answer. Okay. So this is one set of questions on bar diagrams. Now let us go for one more set of questions under bar graphs. Now, okay, directions is in one slide and I think the diagram is in one more slide. Okay, first let us go through the directions. Sales of books in thousands. So number of books is given in thousands. From 6 branches, this is not benches, branches. The sales of books from 6 branches, B1, B2, B3, B4, B5 and B6 of a publishing company in 2009 and 2010. Study the graph and answer the questions. Okay. Right. Now, there is a publishing company. It has got 6 branches, B1, B2, B3, B4, B5, B6. So that company has 6 branches and the data is given about sale of books and data is given for how many years? 2 years. For example, if you take B1, so this is the number of books sold in the year 2009 and this is the number of books. The second one is the number of books sold in 2010. So ये 2009 का डेटा है, ये 2010 का डेटा है about branch 1. Then branch B2. So branch B2 in 2009 how many books were sold? 75. 75 means 75,000 because it is clearly given the data is in thousands. So in 2009 75,000 books were sold and 2010 65,000 books were sold. So for each branch, the data is given for how many years? 2 years. 2009 का दिया है और 2010 का दिया है हर branch का. Okay. Then what is the question? What is the question? It is clearly given sales in thousands. It is given on the y-axis. So whatever figures we have on the bar graph, they are all in thousands. Okay. Now, what is the first question in this, under this bar graph? What is the first question? The ratio of total sales of branch B2 for both years to the, it is not of to the total sales of branch B4 for both years is dash. So we are asked to find the ratio of sales of branch B2 and B4. So sales ratio. We are asked to find sales ratio of B2 and B4. We are asked to find sales ratio of B2 and B4. And it is also given that when you are finding the ratio, you have to take both the years into consideration. When you are counting sales, you have to take both the years. It is given, see here, ratio of total sales of branch B2 for both years. Similarly for B4 also both years. So जब आप B2 का sales calculate करते हैं, you have to take both the years. Similarly आप B4 का sales calculate करते हैं, you have to take the sales of both the years. Okay. So what is the sales ratio of B2 and B4? So what are the sales of B2? 2009 में 75 and here it is 65. 75 plus 65 is how much? 140. So 140 is 2. 140 is 2. Then B4, what are the sales? B4, 85 plus 95, 180. 85 plus 95, 180. So 140 is to 180. Now one of you may ask me, sir, all the sales figures are given in thousands. Why are you not taking thousands? Why are you taking directly 140 and 180? No need to take thousands. When an answer is asked in percentage or when an answer is asked in ratios, no need to take the units. वो thousands होने दो, crores होने दो, lakhs होने दो. No need to take the units. Whether you take units or you don't take units, the answer will be same. As long as you are giving the answer in percentage or in ratios, the units doesn't matter. Okay. So 140 is to 180. That is 7 is to 9. So the answer should be 7 is to 9. So choice A is the answer. So both the years combined, what are the sales of B2? 140. Both the years combined, what are the sales of B4? 180. So what is the ratio? 7 is to 9. Now let's go for the next question. Next question. Same data. Question changes. Now the total sales of branch B6 for both the years is X% of total sales of branches B3 for both the years. So the value of X is, so total sales of branch B6 for both the years. How much? B6 for both the years. Total sales of branch B6 for both the years. How much? B6 for both the years. 70, this 0 has come inside, so I just put it here, 0, 0. Okay, 0 has come inside. So 70 plus 80, 150. B6. So total sales of B6 is 150. 150 means 150 thousands. But ultimately the answer is asked in percentage. X is percentage. So what is the value of X? That means you have to give the answer in percentage. So I don't take thousands, I directly take 150. So total sales of B6, for both the years put together is 150. Then next B3. What are the sales of B3 for both the years? B3 for both the years, 95 plus 110, 205. 205. Okay. Now the question is, the total sales of B6 is what percentage of total sales of B3? Total sales of B6 is what percentage of total sales of B3? That is the question. That means 150 is what percent of 205? What percent of 205? This is the question. So 150 is what percent of 205? It is given as X%. See here, the total sales of branch B6 for both the years is what percent? X percent. X percent of total sales of B3. So what is that X? We have to calculate. So let us find out 150 is what percent of 205? 150 by 205 into 100. 150 by 205 into 100. Now here we can do the calculations without doing the actual calculations. We can mark the answer. How? I tell you. 150 by 200 is 3 by 4. 150 by 200 we can easily make out it is 3 by 4, and 3 by 4 is equal to what percent? 75%. Now when 150 by 200 is 75%, 150 by 205 is slightly less than 75%. जब आप 150 by 200 से आपको 75% आता है, तो 150 by 205 से क्या percentage मिलता है? It is slightly less than 75%. Now how many options are slightly less than 75% here? This is more than 75%. Slightly less than 75%, there is only one option. Then I can take B as the answer without doing the actual calculations. Okay, I told you in data interpretation, 90% of the time we have to go for approximations. Okay, so just by looking at this figure, 150 by 205, 150 by 200 is 75%, so 150 by 205 is slightly less than 75%. So which option? B. Mark the answer. Okay, right. That means X value is 75%. Total sales of B6 is 73.17% of total sales of B3. But here it is given as X. Here it is given as X, but when we actually calculate, I am getting 73 point. That means X value is how much? X value is 73.17%. Okay, come. Let us go to the next question. X percent of the average sales of branches B1, B2 and B3 in 2010 is average sales of branches B1, B3 and B6 in 2009. The value of X is, so X percent of the average sales of branches B1, B2 and B3 in 2010, it is not and, it is in 2010, is equal to how much? Is equal to average sales of branches B1, B3 and B6 in 2009. Okay, right. Now, first we will find out what are the average sales of B1, B2 and B3 in 2010. So, average of B1, B2 and B3 in 2010. Average of B1, B2 and B3 in 2010. So B1 in 2010 is 105 and B2 in 2010 is 65. So 105 plus 65 is 170. 170 plus 110 is 280. So 280. Total is 280. Average means 280 divided by 3. So this is the average of B1, B2 and B3. Okay. Then average of B1, B3 and B6 in 2009. Now average of B1, B3 and B6 in 2009 equal to, now B1 in 2009 is 80, then B3 in 2009 is 95. So 80 plus 95 is 175. 175 and 70 here, 70. Okay, so here 70, here 95, 165 plus 80, 245. 245. Okay, 245. Then average means divided by 3. 245 is the total. And to find the average, you have to divide it by 3. So 245 by 3. Now what is the question? X percent of B1, B2 and B3 in 2010 is equal to average of B1, B3 and B6 in 2009. Okay, so I write X percent of X% of average of B1, B2 and B3 in 2010. So what is the average of B1, B2, B3 in 2010? 280 by 3. X% of 280 by 3 is equal to how much? Average of B1, B3 and B6 in 2009. Then average of B1, B3 and B6 in 2009 how much? 245 by 3. So equal to 245 by 3. 245 by 3, and we have to find the value of X. Okay, so here 3 and 3 will get cancelled. 3 on the left side, 3 on the right side will get cancelled. So X equal to 245 into 100 by 280. By 280. So how much is that? 35 into 8. 35 8 times. 35 7 times. So when I see 7 by 8, I can say it is 87.5%. So answer choice is B, 87.5%. Okay, I just repeat this for you. X% of first average. First average means average of B1, B2, B3 in 2010. Okay, X% of first average is equal to second average given in the problem. X% of first average is equal to second average. So X% of 280 by 3 is equal to second average, which is 245 by 3. Then what is the value of X? That is the question. And when I solve it, I got a fraction 7 by 8. I got a fraction 7 by 8. So 7 by 8 is nothing but 1 minus 1 by 8. Then 1 is 100%. And 1 by 8 is 12.5%. So 100% minus 12.5% is 87.5%. So 7 by 8 is equal to what percentage? 87.5%. So without doing the calculations further, we can mark the answer as 87.5%. Okay? Right. Now let us go for the next question. So now we are getting into another set of questions. Where are the guidelines? 1 minute. Okay, I think somewhere the guidelines were missed. Fine. But still let me explain you. This blue graph is for amount in lakhs invested in raw material. So how much amount is invested in raw material is given by this blue color bar. Then what is this one? Value in lakhs of sales of finished goods. So blue line denotes the investment in raw material in lakhs of rupees. Okay? The blue graph represents investment in raw material in lakhs of rupees. And the other one represents value of the finished goods in lakhs of rupees. Okay, and the data is given totally for how many years? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Totally 6 years data is given. Okay, then what is the question? The value of sales of finished goods in 1999 was approximately what percent of average amount invested in raw materials in the year 1997, 98 and 99. Okay. Now, what is the value in 1999? What is the value of goods in 1999? Value of the finished goods in 1999. You can see value of the finished goods in 1999 is 600. So I take 600. No need to take 600 lakhs. We know that the value is in lakhs, but no need to take lakhs here because we are finding the answer in percentage. So when you find the answer in percentage, whether you take lakhs or not, it doesn't make any difference. So value in 1999 is 600 lakhs. Then what is the average amount invested in raw material in these 3 years? Average amount invested in raw material in these 3 years. So I write average investment in 97, 98 and 99 equal to divided by 3, And what is the 97, 98 and 99? So here the investment is 375. Here the investment is 330, that is 705. 705, here it is 525, 1230. 1230. So 1230 divided by 3 is how much? 410. Right. So the value of finished goods in 1999. Value of finished goods in 1999 is 600. And average investment in raw materials in these 3 years put together. In these 3 years, average investment in raw material is how much? Total divided by number of years, which is 410. Then what is the question? Value in 1999 was approximately what percent of the average? That means 600. 600 is what percent? What percent of 410? This is the question. 600 is what percent of 410? Value in 1999 is approximately what percentage of average investment in these 3 years? That means 600 is what percent of 410? Now 600 by 410 into 100. 600 by 410 into 100. Now here I can directly say answer is what percent of, approximately what percent of the average amount invested in raw materials. Okay, so here 600 by 400 if I take, is there anything wrong? What percent of the average amount? Value is what percent, right? Okay, now if I take 600 by 400, if I take 600 by 400, then it will be 1.5. 1.5 into 100 will be 150%. If I take 600 by 400, you will get 1.5, and 1.5 into 100 will be 150%. But it is not 600 by 400, it is 600 by 410. That means the answer will be slightly less than 150%. And there is only one option which is slightly less than 150%, and that is D. So we can take choice D as the answer. Okay, right. The next question. The next question. The value of sales of finished goods in okay, the same question has repeated. Okay, fine. Now, the next question. The maximum difference between the amount invested in raw materials and the value of sales of finished goods in that year was in the year dash. So, do you understand the question here? In which year there is maximum difference between raw materials and the value of finished goods? In which year the difference between raw materials and value of finished goods is maximum? That is the question. Now don't do the calculations for all the years. Do calculations only for those years given in the choice. So first choice 1995. So what is the difference between investment and value of finished goods? Investment is 120 and value of finished goods is 200. So difference is 80. Difference is 80. So first option is giving a difference of 80. Then second option 1996. 1996, what is the difference? Investment is 235 and value is 300, so difference is 65. So second option is not the answer because the difference should be maximum. The difference should not be minimum, difference should be maximum. And 80 is more than 65, so 65 is not the answer. So second option is eliminated. Then third one, 1997, what is the difference in 1997? 375. And this figure is not given, but still 375 did not given, but I think we can make it here. 500. So this is 375 and this is 500. So 375 and 500, the difference is 125. So and 125 is more than 80, so this cannot be the answer. That means first option is not the answer. Then 1998. 98, what is the difference? Here it is 330 and here it is 400. 330 and 400, the difference is 70. So this is also not maximum. So the maximum is happening. The maximum difference we are getting in the third option. And what is third option? 1997. So we take 1997 as the answer. Okay? Right. So I think we are finished with bar graphs. We are finished with bar graphs. So next we will discuss about the line graphs. And this is the, I think the diagram should be here in the same slide. He has given the directions. Okay, fine. Let us first go through the directions. A motorist and a scooterist made a journey of 120 kilometers at the same time and from the same place. The graph shows the progress of the journey made by each person. Study the graph and answer the questions. Okay, 120 kilometers journey. They started at the same time from the same place. Okay. Okay, now here there are one motorcyclist and one scooterist. Motorcyclist means driving a car. Scooterist, motorcyclist and scooterist. Both are starting the journey at the same place and at the same time. So they are starting from here. Both of them are starting from the same place and they are also starting from the same time. And both are getting to reach the same destination also. So they are starting at the same time, from the same place and going towards the same destination also. Okay, then what is the question? At what time did the motorist meet the scooterist? So what is the total distance traveled by these people? 120 kilometers. It is already given. See here. This is the destination and the destination is 120. It is given in the directions also. For example, I will show you here. So journey of 120 kilometers given in the directions. So both are making a journey of 120 kilometers. Right. Now, what is the question? At what time did the motorist meet the scooterist? So motorist is meeting the scooterist at what time? That is the question. Now, where the two lines are meeting? The two lines are meeting at this point. And the x-axis represents time and y-axis represents distance in kilometers. And x-axis represents time. Now, both are made, both this line stands for scooterist. Now, this line stands for scooterist. Okay, and this line stands for motorist. Okay, right. Now, at what time did the motorist meet the scooterist? So, if motorist is meeting scooterist, that means both the lines should coincide. And both the lines are coinciding at what time? They're coinciding at this point. So, at this point, what is the time? If you look at the x-axis, from here, if you look at the x-axis, it is at 10:30. Then I can say both these persons are meeting at 10:30 a.m. So our answer should be 10:30 a.m. Okay. Now, the next question. The next question. What was the speed of the scooterist during the journey? What is the speed of the scooterist during the journey? That is the question. Now, we know that speed formula is distance by time. Distance is 120 kilometers is already given in the question. It is given in the direction, distance is 120 kilometers, then time. Now you can clearly see scooterist is reaching the destination 120. This is 120 kilometers. You can see y-axis 120 kilometers. So scooterist is reaching the destination at what time? Is reaching here, and that is what time? If you check the x-axis, it is 11:30. 11:30. That means scooterist is reaching the destination at 11:30 and is starting at what time? Is starting at 9 a.m. Okay. What was 9 a.m., 9:30 a.m.? It's the diagram. Okay. So 2.5 hours time is taken. 2.5 hours time is taken. 1 minute. Okay, here it should be here 0 and here it is 9. Here it should be 9 actually. Here it should be 9. At this point it should be 9. Okay, just let us overlook this mistake. So 9 is, they are starting at 9 o'clock and is ending the journey at 11:30. That means totally 2.5 hours. Totally 2.5 hours. Okay, so speed equal to distance by time. So distance is 120 and time is 2.5 hours. They are starting at 9 o'clock. The scooterist is starting the journey at 9 o'clock, but is reaching the destination at 11:30. That means is taking totally a time of 2.5 hours. So speed is distance by time. So 120 divided by 2.5, that is 5 by 2, you will get 48 kilometers per hour. So the answer is 48 kilometers per hour. B is the answer. Okay? Right. The next, scooterist completes the journey. Scooterist completes the journey in how many hours? He completes the journey in 2.5 hours. They start at 9. Scooter is starting the journey at 9 o'clock, but finishing the journey at 11:30. Scooterist, you can see scooterist is reaching the 120 kilometers point at what time? You can see at 11:30. So totally is taking 2.5 hours. He's starting at 9 o'clock and reaching the destination at 11:30. So totally is taking 2.5 hours. So the answer should be C. Okay, so this 9 should be here and then here it should be 9:30, then it should be 10, 10:30, 11 and 11:30. It should be like that. Some mistake has happened with our typist. So this 9 should be here. After 9, here it is 9, it should be 9. Then here 9:30, then here it should be 10, then 10:30, then 11, then 11:30. Okay, so just the number is wrongly placed. Now, the next question. How far from the start did the motorist meet the scooterist? So, at what distance from the start these two persons are meeting? These two persons are meeting at what distance from the start? That is the question. Now, both of them are meeting at this point. And if you want to know the distance, you should check this point with y-axis. If you want to check time, then you have to check with x-axis. If you want to know the distance, you should check with y-axis. So both of them are meeting at this point. So this point should be checked with y-axis. So if you check this point with y-axis, I am getting 80 kilometers. That means both these persons are meeting at a point which is 80 kilometers away from the beginning point. So the answer here is choice D, 80 kilometers. Okay. Now, we go for the next set of questions. Okay, diagram is not given in this slide. The graph given here shows a car following the linear path with uniform speed. Study the graph and answer the questions. Okay. Now here, a car is moving with uniform speed. That means the car maintains the same speed all along. That means neither the speed increases nor the speed decreases. It moves along with the same speed, uniform speed. Okay. Then how do you read this? X-axis represents number of hours and y-axis represents distance. Y-axis represents distance and x-axis represents number of hours. Now how do you read these points? 1, 6. 1, 6 means in 1 hour 6 kilometers distance is covered, because this x coordinate represents time and y coordinate represents distance. So when 1, 6 is given, it means in 1 hour 6 kilometers distance is covered. That is the meaning. Then this is 212, not 12, it is 212. I just strike off this one. 212. 212 means in 2 hours 12 kilometers is covered. Then 318 means in 3 hours 18 kilometers is covered. In 4 hours 24 kilometers is covered. In 5 hours 30 kilometers is covered. That is how you have to read this graph. Okay. Then what is the speed of the car? So speed of the car, you can take any set of coordinates and find out the speed of the car. So I take the last set. So speed equal to distance by time. So 30 kilometers distance is covered in 5 hours. So what is the speed? Speed is 6 kilometers per hour. What is the speed of the car? That is the question. Speed formula is distance by time. So I am taking the last set of coordinates. So 30 kilometers distance is covered in 5 hours. So what should be the speed? 6 kilometers per hour. Okay. The next one. The speed of the car in meters per minute. Speed of the car in meters per minute. Okay, we know that speed of the car is 6 kilometers per hour. Just now we calculated. So 6 kilometers means 6,000 meters. 6,000 meters in 60 minutes. 1 hour means how much? 60 minutes. So when the speed is 6 kilometers per hour, it only means 6,000 meters in 60 minutes. So how many meters covered in 1 minute? That is the question. So answer is 6,000 divided by 60, that is 100 meters per minute. So if you want speed in meters per minute, then it is 100 meters per minute. And I hope you understand how you got this 6,060. 6 kilometers can be written as 6,000 meters. And 1 hour can be written as 60 minutes. So 6,000 divided by 60. Okay? Right. Now, so it is 100. Choice B is the answer. Now we go for the next question. The distance traveled by the car in 4.5 hours. What is the distance traveled by the car in 4.5 hours? Now, distance formula, speed into time. And we already calculated speed of the car as 6 kilometers per hour. In the first question, we calculated speed of the car 6 kilometers per hour. So, speed is 6 and time is given as 4.5 hours. What is the distance by the car in 4.5 hours? So time is 4.5 hours. So that will give you 27 kilometers. So the distance traveled by the car in 4.5 hours is 27 kilometers. Okay. Now let us go for the next set of questions under the line graph. Oh, we have one more slide. The car covers a distance of 15 kilometers in how much time? The car covers a distance of 15 kilometers in how much time? So time formula, distance by speed. What is the formula for time? Distance by speed. Distance is given as 15 kilometers. Distance here in the problem, it is clearly given, the distance is clearly given as 15 kilometers. Okay, and what is the speed? Speed of the car we already calculated 6 kilometers per hour. So 15 divided by 6, that will give you 2.5 hours. So 2.5 hours. So the answer is D, 2.5 hours. So the car can cover a distance of 15 kilometers in 2.5 hours time. Right. Now, the graph given here, again, the directions are on one slide and the diagram is in another slide, so I'm sorry for it. The graph given here shows the annual premium of an insurance company charged for an insurance of ₹1,000 for individuals of different age groups. Study the graph, study the graph and answer each of the following questions. Now here, what is given in the graph? In the graph, how much is the premium paid? How much is the premium paid for an insurance of 1,000 rupees? 1,000 rupees इंश्योरेंस के लिए कितना प्रीमियम भरना है ये ग्राफ में दिया है for different ages. See, the premium will not be the same for a person aged 20 years and a person aged 50 years. 50 years वाले को रिस्क ज़्यादा रहता है तो प्रीमियम ज़्यादा पे करना पड़ता है. और 20 इयर्स यंगस्टर को रिस्क बहुत कम रहता है तो प्रीमियम भी कम पे करना पड़ता है. So what is given in this graph? How much premium should be paid for an insurance of how many rupees? 1000 rupees. 1000 rupees insurance के लिए कितना प्रीमियम भरना पड़ता है? That is given in this graph for different ages. 20 is given, 20 years given, 21 years given, 22 years, 23 years, 24 years, 25 years. So for each age group, how much is the premium? For how many rupees insurance? For 1000 rupees insurance. Okay. And what is given in the y-axis? Premium in rupees. So x-axis gives the ages. X-axis gives ages. And y-axis gives the premium in rupees. Okay. Now, let us go through the question. The annual premium for a man aged 26 years for an insurance of 1000 rupees. So, a 26 years old person should pay how much premium for an insurance of 1000 rupees. 1000 rupees insurance के लिए कितना premium pay करना है for a 26 years old person. So, 26, this is 26. So, let us see 26, 26. So, it is touching here. Almost here. So what is this point? 45.5. This is 45, this is 46. So this point should be 45.5. 45.5. This is slightly less than 45.5. So 45.5, it is not given. So you cannot take, so you should go for a value which is very close. So 45.5. So this is slightly less than for 26 years. So here it is slightly less than 45.5. So slightly less than 45.5 means out of all this is more than 45.5. This is too much less and this is more than 45.5. So slightly less than 45.5 means I should go for option D. Because none of this is not there, so I have to go for D, 45.25. So that much insurance should be paid if the age is 26 years. If age is 26 years, then for 1000 rupees insurance, you have to pay a premium of how many rupees? 45.25. Okay? Right. The next question. What is the age of a person whose premium is 44.60 for an insurance of 1000 rupees. Now here, if a person is paying a premium of 44.6 for an insurance of 1000 rupees, 1000 rupees insurance ke liye, if a person is paying a premium of 44.6, what is the age of that person? That is the question. So 44.6. So 44.6 means you should look at the y-axis because the premium in rupees is represented by y-axis and x-axis represents ages. Okay. So 44.6 means this is 44, this is 44.5. 44.6 means slightly above this line. So slightly above this line means it is coming here. It is coming here. Slightly above this line is coming here. And here means what is the age? If you look at this point against x-axis, it is coming to be 25. So the answer is 25. And 25 is not there here. 44.6. So 44 point, this is 44. 44.6 means slightly above this line. So slightly above this line means even if you take here, slightly above this line, 44. 44, this is 44.5, but here it is given as 44.6, so slightly more than this. That means it should cross 25. It should cross 25. But we are not given any age which is slightly more than, you can clearly see. You can clearly see 44.5 means it is touching here, 44.5. 44.5 and this is age 25. So when 44.6 rupees is the premium, then the age should be slightly more than 25, or it should be taken as 25. But 25 is not given here, so I go for the answer as 24, but the actual answer is 25 years. Because you can see here, for 25 years, the premium is 44.5. So 44.6 will be the premium for a person who is slightly more than 25 years. But as that is not given, so I go for 24 years. But otherwise, the actual answer is slightly more than 25 years. That means 25 years, 2 months, 25 years, 3 months. It's like that. Okay. Then the next question. The premium for a man aged 22 years for an insurance of 10,000, not for 1,000, for an insurance of 10,000. For an insurance of 10,000, what should be the premium paid by a 22-year-old person? That is the question. Now, first we will find out how much is the premium for 1,000 rupees insurance. After that, we will find out what is the premium for 10,000 rupees insurance. Okay. So, and what is the age given? Age given as 22 years. You can see age is 22 years. So, for a 22 years person, what is the premium? See here. These two lines are meeting at this point. This line and the graph is meeting at this point. That means I can say it is 43. This is 43. So slightly more than 43 means 43, let me say 43.3. I take this as 43.3. 43.2, let me take 43.2. So for 1,000 rupees, insurance, you have to pay rupees 43.2 premium, and clearly age is given as 22 years, and that is the reason I am looking against 22. So against 22 it is here, so which is 43.2. So for 1,000 rupees insurance, you have to pay premium of 43.2. Then for 10,000 rupees insurance, you have to pay how much? That is the logic. So the left hand side is becoming 10 times. So the right hand side will also become 10 times. And 10 times of 43.2 is rupees 432. So the answer is 432. So 432 means the answer which is close to 432 is 435. So I go for 435. I cannot take 437 because 437 is not close to 432. 435 is close to 432 rather than 437. So I go for the answer as A. Okay? Right. The next question. What percent of the premium? No, there is a mistake in this question. I just skip this question. Right. Now, each of the two persons aged 21 years and 23 years is insured for rupees 1 lakh. So there are two persons. One person's age is 21 years. Another person's age is 23 years. And both are insured for 1 lakh rupees. Both are insured for 1 lakh rupees. Then what is the difference between the annual premiums? So what is the difference between the premium paid by these two persons? What is the difference in the premiums paid by these two persons? Okay, that is the question. Now, first I will calculate for 21 years, then I calculate for 23 years. Now, 21 years person, how much premium he will pay for 1,000 rupees insurance? 21, it is 43. So it is 43. You can see here it is 43. So I write here 21 years. So for 1,000 rupees insurance, he will pay 43 rupees premium. So for 1 lakh insurance, he will pay, this is the 100 times, so this is also 100 times, rupees 4,300. So for a 21-year-old person has to pay a premium of 4,300 rupees for an insurance of 1 lakh. Okay. Now I will calculate for 23 years person. So a 23-year person is paying how much premium here? See, 23, it is slightly less than 43.5. Slightly less than 43.5. Let me take 43.8. Let me take 43.8. Okay. No, this is 43.5. I'm sorry, 43.4. I'll take 43.4. This is 43.5. This line is 43.5. So it is here. So I take 43.4. Approximation 43.4. So for 1,000 rupees insurance, he has to pay 43.4 premium. Then for 1 lakh rupees insurance, For 1 lakh rupees insurance, he has to pay how much? So the left side is becoming 100 times. So the right side will also become 100 times. So rupees 4,340. So a 21-year-old person is paying a premium of 4,300. And a 23-year-old person for the same 1 lakh insurance is paying a premium of 4,340. So 23-year-old person is paying 40 rupees more when compared to a 21-year-old person. So what is the difference in the premium paid? 40 rupees approximately. Okay, here it is 4,300, here it is 4,340. So the difference in the premium paid is 40 rupees approximately, because we have taken these points approximately. So 40 rupees means I can go for 50 rupees safely, because the other options are very, very wide. So I can easily go for 50 rupees. Right? So with this, we have finished the discussion on data interpretation. We have discussed tables, bar graphs, line graphs, and pie charts. Okay, and I once again repeat to you, you should always do the calculations in approximation. Most of the time, 90% of the time, your calculations should be approximate. Don't go for precise calculations. Precise calculations are done only when the options are very, very close to each other. Okay, and make maximum use of the options, right? And don't calculate for all the data given in the graph. Okay, calculate only for those options, or calculate only for those years which are given in the options, or calculate only for those things which are given in the options. Okay, thank you very much. Best of luck.